The Last Puff. This was a really effective piece. That call to action was so clear throughout. And film is a great way to do that because it can so viscerally make us feel that uncomfortability, and having that association, I think is a really effective way to wake people up. The feelings of uneasiness through that soundscape, seeing him smoking and hearing that awful churning sound would put me off right away. And I think having the metaphor of this looming thing following you makes the threat of smoking real. So making the intangible tangible, I thought was a really smart choice, having almost the smoker be the prey that is being stalked by smoking personified. And yeah, I thought that the intrigue, the pacing, that uneasiness was all really clearly executed. So very clear vision from the director and the team. And yeah, I hope that this reaches people.
The Last Puff. Okay, this was very short, but I think it gets to the point right away. This is anti-tobacco, anti-smoking film, and I like that. I agree with that idea. It is simple, but there is a beautiful uh, metaphor on how whenever this guy wants to light his cigar, he begins to hear strange, creepy sounds like there's a monster above him, and he stops the cigarette. He goes out and checks what's happening, and there's nothing, and over again until he finally lights his cigarette, and then the monster appears, and he dies. A magnificent metaphor of how smoking kills people, of how smoking is like dealing with a monster against you probably won't have too much of a chance. So yes, I think that it's, even though it's very short and not much is happening, it gets its point made. It's a very solid piece against cigarette and tobacco. So congratulations.
This film is called The Last Puff. This was an eerie short. What set it apart for me is its ability to create an ominous atmosphere. The cinematography is fabulous, lots of close-ups of the lead's face and feet, and the use of fast panning. The performance by the lead is excellent. You really sense his addiction to smoking in the way he relishes lighting up his cigarette each time. The prominent sound effects are very dramatic, lots of slams and clangs, and the soundtrack adds to the scary premise of the film. Perfect claustrophobic setting, very effective messaging. Well done, The Last Puff. Check it out.